Welcome to Rewrite Reality, where we peel back the layers of how we imagine our world, then explore what it means to build different futures. I'm Gregg the Artivist, and on today's episode we dive into We Are So Far Past the Edge. Join me to reflect, challenge assumptions, and spark possibility. Thanks for being here. Let's get into it. We like to think of a crisis as something in the distance. A warning sign, a cliff edge we're headed towards. But that's not where we're at anymore. We're not heading toward a cliff. We've already driven off it. And right now, we're arguing over the playlist Why We Fall. Look around. In 2025 alone, we've seen record-breaking floods, cyclones, heat waves across continents. Southern Europe is burning again, and entire regions of Africa are trapped in cycles of drought and flood. This is collapse. Not in the future, not in a model. Here and now. And yet, what do our governments do? They cut aid. They slash healthcare and education. And in the same breath, they hand out billions in fossil fuel subsidies. In the Netherlands alone, a conservative estimate of 37.5 billion euros every single year, propping up the very industries driving the crisis. Tell me we're not past the edge. We live in a time where the answer to war is more war, and the response to collapse is to accelerate it, to double down on the systems that are eating us alive. And then we're told to be realistic, to be patient, to keep scrolling, to keep shopping, to keep quiet. But realism isn't what's real. Reality is the storms. Reality is the fires. Reality is the families displaced while oil companies post record profits. And it's not just out there. It gets under our skin, into our sleep, into the way our bodies ache with a tension we can't name. Because deep down, we know the ground has already given way beneath us. I'll be honest, some days this absolutely terrifies me. Part of me still wants to believe someone somewhere is in control, that the people in charge have a plan, that the system is steady, that will course correct before it's too late. But that's the illusion. And clinging to illusions doesn't keep us safe. It just keeps us quiet. What I've learned instead is this. When you finally admit we're past the edge, you stop wasting energy on illusions. You start paying attention to what's real. The small rituals that keep you human, the people who keep you grounded, the stories that remind you there is life even here. It doesn't make the fall disappear, but it changes how you travel through it. So here's a small action I'd like us to try this week. The next time you catch yourself numbing out, scrolling, binging, zoning, just pause for a moment. Just stop to notice what's underneath and try and recognize and name the discomfort. And ask yourself this question: what would help me feel more alive right now, even in the free fall? It might be to go for a walk, to have a call with a friend, to grab your notebook, or just do some breathing exercises, but do something that's real. And here's my personal moment. For me, this metaphor isn't an abstract. There are days I feel like I am clinging to the illusion of solid ground. But then I step into my garden and I remember, even in the free fall, life insists on growing. It's messy, it's uneven, it's unpredictable, but it's alive, and so am I. So I'd like to leave you with the question this week. If you're already past the edge, what matters most to you on the way down? And what do you want to carry with you into whatever comes next? Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Rewrite Reality. If this resonated, I would love to hear from you. So please do leave a comment wherever you're listening. What are you feeling? What came up for you? What's your take on today's topic? And consider sharing it with someone who might also be thinking deeply about the world around them. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes as we keep peeling back the layers and reimagining what's possible. And if you haven't already, check out Gregg the Artivist app. It's your hub for everything from listen podcast episodes like this one to watch featured videos to upcoming online and offline events. And it's also the easiest way to stay connected with our growing community. You can download it now from the App Store for iPhone users or Google Play for Android. If you prefer, there's always gregtheartivist.com for supportive information and more to this and all other episodes. Until next time, it's bye from me for now.